Do you feel it? Something is coming. Of staggering power. Everything we try to keep inside eventually worms its way out.
Hello, interesting people. Welcome to Nick's Interest. Today's video, my most anticipated games of 2026. My most anticipated game of 2026 is Control Resonant. Now, last year, my game of the year was actually Control. Well, it was actually between two games, either Doom: The Dark Ages or Control. And that is one of the main reasons why I'm really excited for Control Resonant. I thought that the trailer for Control Resonant looked absolutely epic. I thought it was stunning, mesmerizing, intriguing, captivating, and all those things. I loved the sound design. The sound went epic. And I also love that it had crazy visuals to match the sound, you know what I'm saying? And that was just really cool. And I think that's always hard to do, is match the sound with the visuals. And I'm not sure, but I think this was like in engine too, or at least it looked like it was like in engine, you know? I like that the game looks like it's kind of similar to Control, but more melee based instead of shooter based. I think that's a nice little switcheroo. One thing I do hope that they add in this new game is that I hope that they add boss battles. I always felt like the original Control game was lacking like proper boss battles that really like tested your powers and like pushed you to like just be like creative or just like feel powerful. I kind of felt like I ran through that game a little bit. I do think this game has potential to be like game of the year. The original Control Remedy usually does do a really good job with these types of games, but I think next year is a really stacked year. So I'm not, or excuse me, this year. I think this year is a really stacked year, so it's not. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't on the ballot. I think that's the right word. From the trailer, what I gathered was that Jesse probably didn't do such a good job as director, because it looked like the whole city got like flooded and like messed up and stuff. So, but I love the world of Control. I thought the setting, the themes was very intriguing, and I'm really excited to hop into this new GTA 6. GTA 6, well, of course, it's GTA 6. Like, do you have to say more? Um, but for me, why I'm excited for GTA 6 is because, like, I thought the trailers looked epic, honestly. I thought the characters looked as fun as game 5, and and they look like they would just like be as lively as like live like as those characters were. Um, Another reason is the graphics, of course. I like that it seems to be more of a love story. I don't think GTA has ever really done a love story like that. We'll see what happens. Um, so and based off of Red Dead Redemption 2, which I haven't played, but I've heard that story went crazy. So I do think Rockstar could potentially just be like on their writing shit right now, on their writing tip, you know what I'm saying? Just like just like writing bangers or something like that, like dialogue wise and scripts. But I do think the game could be potentially like predictable since like everybody thinks it's a Bonnie and Clyde game. So I don't really know what they're gonna do to like avert expectations from that. But honestly, I don't really care what they do. I'm just excited to play the game. I also do think that this game is obviously a game of the year contender. I'd be surprised if it's not on the game of the year like nominees, one of the nominees. I also don't think this game will get delayed again. I do think like 2026 is the, like it will drop on 2026. The next game that I'm also excited for next year is
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. That trouble just has a way of finding me. Doesn't matter where I go. Oh, death's always waiting. Just not for me. Because I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
Wolverine. I do think this game will be sweet. Insomniac hasn't missed, I don't think, ever, and they just like I've been on a hot streak. At least all the games I've ever played by Insomniac, they've not missed. So I hope this continues, and I do think there's a high chance it will continue. But reasons I'm excited for this game is that it looks hella action packed. This looks to be like a action game, and I think that's awesome. Like strong gameplay. I think you'll be here for the gameplay. Even if the story's a little weak, I do think the gameplay can like carry this game. But I don't think the story will be weak though. In Insomniac, we trust. I have high hopes for this game. I'm easily thinking it's gonna be like an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10 for some people, and for some people, I could definitely see this being their game of the year. I don't think it's gonna win like any crazy like major awards, but like I could definitely see it being like a lot of people's like personal game of the year. So the next game I'm looking forward to in 2026 is James Bond First Light.
It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Tell me what. I'm excited for James Bond because the last James Bond game I played, I thought was really awesome. I thought it was a solid ass game, And I've played some other ones, and I thought all of those were solid. So in my head, like James Bond games was just like solid overall games. So I'm just like, hey, like a new one's coming out. What's the chances this is gonna be good? Probably good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like easy, just like W right there. Easy, uh, you know, easy mark for me. I'd say IO Interactive is a trustworthy brand because well I don't think I've played any of their games. Technically I have played like some of their games, but like I never like actually played a full game all the way through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I wouldn't really count that personally, but yeah. I do think this looks a little generic though, but I still think it'll be fun. I kind of thought all the James Bond games were kind of generic, but I always thought they were solid fun. I think this will be like a well put together game. It got delayed, and I always think delays are a good thing. Taking your time to make something as polished as it can be, I don't think is ever a bad thing. So yeah. I'm really excited for the car chases. I don't know why, but I think the car chases in this game look really good, like really sweet. So, and I'm playing a little bit of Cyberpunk right now, and like there's some car chases in that game. I'm just like, ooh, I want more car chases. Um, There's a scene in the one of the trailers that just gives me Uncharted vibes, and this game actually gives me a little bit of Uncharted vibes. So I do think that just like on the vibes I get from this game, that this game could be as good as like the Uncharted games, like on that level potentially. Because I do think IO Interactive is like maybe that good of a like developer. We'll see. So the next series I'm excited for is the new Lego Batman game, The Legacy of the Night, I think is what it's called. But yeah, the Lego Batman game. I'm really excited for this one because I think I've played every Lego Batman, almost every Lego Batman game or something like that, and I love them. I kind of grew up on them when I first started playing video games, so I just thought those were awesome. Those were so sweet, especially as a kid. I think those are like the perfect type of games as a kid. Um, and also right now, I'm currently playing one of the Lego games. Actually, I'm playing Lego Horizon. I got that for free from the PlayStation Store, so playing that. I'm a fan of the Lego humor. I think it's cute and adorable, and I just think that like it's just like charming. So I like it. I like that it's an open world. I'm a huge fan of open worlds, just like exploring and doing things. Even though I'm mostly like story focused when I play games, but I still do really appreciate open worlds. I like that you get to play as multiple characters since it's like the Arkham focused like combat a little bit and playing as different characters. But I think only Batman has the Arkham fighting, which would make sense. I'm excited for the villains. I'm excited to see their spin on them, how they like Legofy them in a way. You know what I'm saying? The next game I'm excited for is Crimson Desert. Honestly, dude or gal, this game looks insane. Like it looks unreal, and that's what people are saying about it. That's what I thought about it when I first saw it. I was like, this looks ridiculous. And people who've played it, I follow some YouTubers who've played it, and they're like, yeah, like it's really good and stuff. I was like, okay. The game definitely seems like go big or go home. It's like the games that they've been the games this game has been described as, like I forget what that like Breath of the Wild, maybe God of War or something like that, other games like that. But like those types of games, like it's like three or four different games wrapped into one, and it's like doing all of them like equally as good apparently. So we'll have to see if that's true.
Will restore the disrupted providence.
Kind of like with the Wolverine game, I do think this game with the gameplay could carry this game pretty far, and that even if the story itself is not as great, because I'm not sure about the story low key, but I was watching the trailer and I was like, yo, this story, I was like, I kind of forget already, but like at the same time, I remember thinking in the moment, yo, this actually could be interesting. We'll see. But yeah. But either way, I do think it's one of those games where gameplay can carry either way. And at the end of the day, I do think this game has the potential to be like a 9 out of 10 game or a 7 out of 10 game or even like a 6 out of 10 game. But I do think it'll probably more than likely easily be a 7 out of 10 game. And I guess one of the reasons why I think that is because I just think like from what I've seen from like the game, it's just like gameplay, and very little story. So I'm just thinking like this game seems to be very heavily gameplay based and very little like substance based. And I just hope the gameplay doesn't get like overwhelming or too repetitive or underwhelming, honestly. But I don't think the underwhelming part would be the case.
Will come together as one. We fight for the future of all.
And it definitely seems like one of those 100-hour games. So, like, and you know they're gonna add more to the game. So. The next game I'm looking forward to is called Sorrows by I think Housemarque Studios or something like that. Who makes it? But they're the ones that made Returnal. Now I own Returnal because I just beaten Control and I wanted a game I thought that'd be similar to Control, so I bought Returnal, but then didn't play Returnal. But I have a feeling that I would like Returnal, so I put Sorrows on the list because I'm just like, yo, this game seems like more Control or like better Control. It's just like, I don't know, if it's more of the same, then it's like, yo, like I'll take that because that game looks sweet to me and I've heard really good things about it. I think the game has a really cool narrative. I like the idea that's about the sun. I think the sun is really cool. I wish I'd pay more attention to the sun and truly like learn about it because I do think the sun is very fascinating and how it's like the creator of life on here and stuff. But another reason why I want this game is because I really like fast games. Like I like games that make you feel like you're fast, and like this like gameplay, it looks fast. My man got the need for speed.
Here we show off one of our exciting combat features, the Soltari shield. By holding R1,
And since the game is about the sun and stuff like that, or just like has to do with like themes about heat and like solarness, I wonder what type of lore they're gonna cook up about it, and if it's gonna relate to Return or if like they take place in the same universe or something. Because I'm really hoping I play Returnal this year. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I do hope that I get to that game this year. Man, talk about unreal and looking insane. This game right here, Phantom Blade Zero. That's the impression I got from this game. Unreal and insane. Like kind of the same thing as Crimson Desert, but like to like I like a hyper degree. Honestly, I was like, there's just like the way they were moving. I was just like, there's just no way that's possible. Like it's too fluid. It's too smooth. It's too clean. It's just like what. And like I said, I follow some people YouTubers who played these games, and they're like, no, dude, these games play like that, and like you feel like you're moving like that. I was like, no way, that's crazy. So definitely hyped for this game. I think the story seems intriguing. I think the idea that you have like 33 or 66 days to find your heart, I'm just like, ooh, okay. Why'd you lose your heart, my man? Why do you only got 66 days to go? Some Expedition 33 up in here? But just like some games on this list, I'm hoping that it's not just carried by the gameplay. But like even if it is, I'm definitely, I don't know about y'all, but I'm somebody that puts gameplay as number one. I like my totem pole, like what matters most in the game. So like I'm absolutely for extremely good gameplay and mediocre or whatever stories. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, the gameplay is so immaculate. What do you mean? Like I don't know the proper word, but like it's like stays like new throughout the game. It doesn't get like repetitive, or you don't become like too skilled and you feel like you only got like 2 or 3 moves to use. You know what I'm saying? I do think this would be a skill based game. I think they said it's not a Souls like, but I do think it's still gonna be like challenging like a Souls like for a little bit. And again, this game looks very fast, and I'm a huge fan of fast.
Babe, what's wrong?
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything.
Now, the next game I'm looking forward to is High on Life 2. Funny thing is, I'm actually playing High on Life right now, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, I think surprisingly, like, I'm way more into it than I thought. And like, and it just reminds me of like Rick and Morty, because obviously I think it's very similar people who created this game also created that stuff. They have to be connected, right? But yeah, High on Life 2 just looks like more High on Life. And I've played about 2 to 3 hours of High on Life, and I'm like, if it's just more on that, I'm like, yo, I could definitely do that. Um, High on Life to me, the game kind of reminds me of Cyberpunk, but like if you were like actually on the drugs that Cyberpunk was like talking about, you know what I'm saying? So I really dig the art style. I think that's cool because it's like a art, it's like Cyberpunk, like alien style. You know what I'm saying? I do think this game will easily be like a 7 out of 10 game. I think for me potentially it'd probably be 8, but I think for most people, like I think this could easily just be like a classic 7, just a good game. And last but not least, game I'm looking forward to this year is the game Pragmata. Now, I find this game funny because it rhymes with, or yeah, it rhymes with pragmatic. And I just think that's funny because like I do think this game will easily be another like at the least a 7 out of 10 game. That could be a 6 too. But I do think this game, like in my head, I picture this game being like one of those games like 2 to 3 years now. People are like, yo, this game's so underrated, man. Like, I forgot the characters' names. So Diana and like Phil or something like that. The guy's name. Um, but Diana and the guy. It's like, yo, like there's the stories are so cute together, and the chemistry in the game seems so genuine. I'm just like, okay, I think I can actually get behind these characters. And I really like the idea of like the gameplay. I like the idea it's like a shooter, but you gotta do like this these hacking puzzles and stuff like that. And I just wonder how fast I can get at them. And it makes me wonder how complicated they can get in the game and stuff like that, and what boss battles would be like, and will it get still pretty fast or not? Makes you wonder if they can keep that going for like a 12 to 15 hour game, you know? But yeah, I do think this game has crazy gameplay potential. I'm not really sure if I could ever see this game being like a series or something like that. But like at the same time, like I do think like I don't know, based off how the story goes and what like they do, I could definitely see it. Like it reminds me like it gives me like Last of Us vibes, of course. Like a man and his daughter type stuff.
Right on! How you like this?
Got it!
But I hope the best for this game. I hope that it succeeds, and I hope that it's way better than we think, at least better than I think. And yeah. Well, thank you, interesting people, for watching. What games are you looking forward to this year? And what 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 do you think they'll be rated overall?